Welcome to Fireside BBQ with Robby. That's correct. Not only do I like cocktails, I like to cook with alcohol. This afternoon, I'm going to do 3 barbecue dishes, starting with poor man's burnt ends. Perfect for the quarantine economy. A nice chuck roast is what we're going to do today. So what we're going to do is we're going to slow roast this beautiful piece of chuck roast for hours until we get an internal temperature of about 160 degrees, at which point we're going to take it out and do some magic to it, all right? So I'm going to do my beef rub, salt, pepper, garlic, bouillon, brown sugar, and a couple of secrets. So nice liberal covering of this beautiful marbled chuck roast. Don't be bashful. We want this to create a beautiful bark on the outside. What makes burnt ends so special is every piece has bark. So this is gonna be beautiful. All right, so there's a marbled chuck roast. We're gonna set this aside and get going. Welcome back. Now we're gonna do a Boston butt bone-in pork shoulder. This beauty is about 7 pounds. This is gonna take many hours. We're just like the beef, we're gonna get this to an internal temperature of 160 degrees before I pull it out and do some other magic to it. We're gonna do a couple of things in this cook. We're going to do a dry rub, pork rub that I did, and I'm gonna inject it. And this is where the booze comes in. Pineapple juice and tequila. Little apple cider vinegar for some acidity. It's gonna be awesome. So first, let's put a little rub on this guy. You'll see there's a lot of fat on here. This is called the fat cap. We're gonna keep this on the top when I put this in the smoker. It's gonna help the fat render down, break down this meat as it gets to 160. Boom. Rub it in. So this rub, salt, pepper, garlic, cayenne pepper, cumin, white sugar, brown sugar, and a couple of secrets. So we're gonna make sure this gets nice and coated in this rub, again, for that magical bark we're looking for. Don't be bashful with this. You want this to get really barky on the outside. We're gonna be spraying this with a solution of tequila and apple juice every 45 minutes to get that bark going. So now we're going to inject this sucker. Oh boy. There you go. You want to make sure you do it in a few different parts of the meat so it doesn't get little flavor pockets. There we go. Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right. We're going to get these pieces of meat resting for a little bit, and then we're going to get them in the oven. Can't wait. This is the fire of Fireside BBQ with Robby. Welcome back. Now it's time to get this meat in the oven. First, we're going to put the beef in a middle rack, and we're going to put the pork on the top rack, farthest away from the heating element. So let's go. So we open up our box. I'm going to take our beef right into the middle rack. While I'm in here, I'm going to insert the probe to the deepest part of the meat to get a good temperature reading. Here's our pork, fat cap up, right on the top rack. Let's get this thermometer in here. We're gonna take our Allagash Hoppy Table Beer as our liquid. This is for you, Jared. That's for you, buddy. All right, let's close this up before we lose too much heat. We're gonna put some chips in the side. All right. are you gonna do? Next dish I'm gonna do today is on the charcoal grill. We're going to do a sweet and spicy peanut butter chicken. That's right, I said peanut butter chicken. This is gonna be ridiculous. So start with a couple of cups of peanut butter. We're gonna put about half a cup of soy sauce, salt and pepper, probably about a teaspoon and a half of each. About a tablespoon of garlic powder, some red chili, pepper flakes, honey, oh baby, a little lemon juice, about a ½ ounce of bourbon whiskey, and secret ingredient, Supperman's Scarlet Fresno Pineapple Homemade Fermented Hot Sauce. Ooh. All right. So we're gonna stir this up. Actually, we're gonna use our hands. Oh, baby. All right, we're gonna mix this up, and when it's all ready, we're gonna start coating the chicken. We're gonna take this beautiful peanut butter mud, and we're gonna start putting it on our chicken. All over, inside, outside. We're coating this sucker. Oh, baby. In about 10 minutes, we're gonna get these guys on a hot grill. It's gonna be delicious. Now that the meat's been in for a couple of hours and it's getting a little bit of temperature, we're gonna spritz it with some acidity and sugar to help that bark come along. All right. Looking good. There you go. All right. Now we're ready to take this chicken and put it on our charcoal grill. We're going to use indirect heat. All the coals are going to be off to one side. We're going to put our meat around here. I'm going to let it cook indirect. All right, we'll check back. Oh. Now I'm lucky enough to be eating this for lunch today. Oh, look at that. I cannot wait to get into this. Beautiful color. Oh, look at that peanut butter goodness. I wish you could smell this. Peanut butter chicken. Enjoy. Our chuck roast has reached an internal temperature of 160 degrees. At this point, it is done. We could eat it, it would be delicious, it would be tender, but we're gonna take it further. We're gonna take this to about 202 degrees to get our burnt ends perfect. So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna cheat a little bit. We're gonna wrap it up in foil. It's gonna speed up the process a little bit so we can have dinner tonight. The pork that we did earlier is gonna take quite a bit longer. I'm guessing the later stage videos is going to be myself because Karen will be sleeping. Hang on, let's take this beauty out. Oh, baby. Okay. All right. Tight is important here. We're going to put this back in until it reaches 201 degrees, which will be our next step. Thermometer back in. There we go. See you shortly. Pork shoulder has reached the critical 160 degree mark. We're going to take this beauty out. I'm going to wrap it in some foil in a tray. I'm gonna put a little liquid in there and we're gonna cook it until it hits 200. That's gonna break down all that muscle. It's gonna be so tender. It's gonna look awesome. So let's take this guy out and see what we're working with. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. All right. right, I'm gonna wrap this up and we'll see you in a little bit. It is many hours later, 8:30 in the PM. So to get the burnt ends finished, we've got it at 200 degrees. You can see how tender this is, it's crazy. We're gonna slice this and we're gonna put it back in this pan. We're gonna put the rub back on and a little barbecue sauce. And we're gonna toss it all together and put it back in the oven. Next time you see this, it's gonna be burnt ends, baby. You can see how incredibly tender this is. This is gonna be like meat, oh goodness. It's gonna be like meat candy. I cannot wait to get into this. Poor man's burnt ends. Oh, it's been the end of a very long day, but I'm very excited about this pork. We're gonna take a look at this beauty over here. Oh goodness, we've got an amazing bark. You can see some of this fat is rendered, and watch this beautiful. That's how we know it's tender. So I'm just gonna end up putting this into this bowl. I'm gonna shred it, and we're gonna have an amazing pork. Well, we're at the end of a very long day. However, it was worth it. Wait till you see this pork. Oh, baby. Worth the wait.